Why Gothic is better than Morrowind. Both games start with an intro, but in Gothic right after that you have short talk with Diego and can explore the small but dense world. Kill some meatbugs, mole rats and scavengers, talk to the local prisoners, learn some basic game mechanics through dialogues and just by using them. You know, like in real life. All of it in only the first few minutes of game. And what do you do in Morrowind first few minutes? More like hours actually. Create a character, fill the papers, read tons of tutorials, and finally while exploring you get attacked by a cliff racer and realize that your character can't do anything in the fight, so you start all over again. Of course in Gothic you will encounter some difficulties as well, but you only need to get some basic controls and you're good to go. While in Morrowind you have to read all these countless ability, characteristic and birth sign descriptions right at the start without getting a chance to try it. In Gothic you can spend a few hours in the colony, try some swords and bow, and then decide what you like better. But let's start from the beginning. Morrowind is the third entry in the Elder Scrolls series. Gothic is first. Morrowind tells you it's bigger than real history lore with tons of books, letters, descriptions, and encyclopedia-like NPCs. Gothic explains everything you need to know in short introduction video. So there is a war between humans and orcs. Orcs are bigger and stronger, but humans have made of magical ore armor and swords, which make them equal to orcs. The problem is, ore can be mined in only one place, the Valley of Mines on the Chromanin island. Being a miner is hard, so naturally there is not enough workers. Humans' king, Robber, decides to send all prisoners to the mines. But that's still not enough, so he starts to arrest people for the slightest crime and sends them to the valley. Eventually miners start to escape from their hard job. There are not enough guards because everyone who can hold a sword is needed for the war. That's when mages come up with a plan to cover the main part of the Valley of Mines with magical barriers that will let everything in, but won't let living creatures out. Mages start their ritual, but something goes wrong. Barrier grows much bigger than was expected and covers whole valley and mages. This event takes everyone by surprise, and prisoners add their own surprise on top of it and start a rebellion. They kill all guards, make an alliance with mages and blackmail king. They have the ore Robber needs so desperately, and he better send them everything they want in exchange. For years now, King sends to the valley best food, drinks, tools, even women sometimes. Living under the barrier after rebellion is dangerous. Workers die every day, some from incidents, some from starvation, some from deadly local fauna, some in fights with each other. More and more criminals and innocents are sent to the valley. And one day, you are standing before the barrier, listening to your death sentence. Suddenly a mage interrupts the procedure. He gives you a letter. It should be delivered to the mages under the barrier. You'll get a reward.
You're wasting your time.
You may choose your own reward. They'll give you anything you ask for.
Very well, I'll take your letter. On one condition. Spare me the rest of his nonsense.
How dare you? Keep silent. Right, send him in.
A few moments later you are falling down through the barrier right into the lake. That letter better be waterproof. You barely manage to get out of water, but huge fist sends you back into the lake.
Welcome to the colony.
Some bastards start to beat the hell out of you. Soon they will find the letter and you'll lose promised reward. That's when you hear someone scaring off the bullies. This is Diego. He is the closest to the friend person you're gonna meet here.
I'm Diego. I'm not interested in who you are.
Diego tells you that you need to find a weapon to protect yourself and get to the old camp before the dark. It's the safest place here. By the way, this place is also called a colony. So, camp is a place where people gather here. It's safe from all the dangerous creatures. If you're lucky, you can even find a place to sleep, a portion of meatbug ragu, and water from the puddle. There are 3 camps here: Old Camp, New Camp, and Swamp Camp. Old Camp is the first settlement in the colony, and Diego encourages you to join him there. Other camps, in his opinion, are loonies, sect, and a bunch of bandits. Not the best options. but you will learn more about them later. For now it's time to find a weapon. This is where Gothic decides if you are worthy or not. Can you get used to these clunky movements in camera? Can you figure out how to pick up objects, how to jump, swim, fight? Of course you can't. No one in his right mind would be able to guess that there are action buttons, LMB and RMB in my case, that you need to hold every time you want to do something, and movement buttons you need to press to do it. Need to pick up a pickaxe, hold LMB and press W. Wanna jump, hold RMB and press W, stuff like that. For every single action except for running in the game you need 2 buttons. Mostly it's LMB plus W. To talk to someone, to open a chest, to lie on a bed, to open a door, to climb a ladder, to equip a weapon or an armor. LMB plus A or D is used to move items while trading, looting a chest or an enemy. You can also hold control to move 10 items at once or shift to move 100. LMB plus S to unequip something. On the way to your first weapon you see 2 meat bugs. Sound that is coming from them provokes a maximalist inside you. You must train to become better, and these creatures are perfect start. They can't fight back after all, can they? You enter fight stands with space and unleash on them one kick after the other. It's not very effective. You better stop dancing before guards on the gate die from laughter. To kill these bugs you need to hold RMB and press W to punch them. It doesn't matter that your fists only hit the air, it's intention that really matters. Bugs will see that you are serious and die of the fear. So you found your first pickaxe near the abandoned mine entrance, managed to pick it up and equip, drew a weapon with space. What's next? Hold LMB and now you can swing the sword or pickaxe in this case with WAD or block with S. You can block only swords. To avoid other attacks you have to jump back, but all these tricks won't help you in the fight. The best strategy is to become strong enough to kill anyone without even bothering to defend yourself. But how does one become stronger in a colony? You didn't create a character at the beginning. There was nothing to create from. You're a weak loser. You can't do anything. Everyone in the valley is stronger than you. You will shape yourself throughout the game, and you started with killing those meat bugs and gaining some experience. How much was it? 20? Well, you need 500 to gain a new level. That's 48 meat bugs. There's no way you find this much in the colony. You need to find someone bigger and more experienced. Mole rats and scavengers. Not these big ones, no, start from the children. That'll do for now. Creatures here are very smart in comparison to Morrowind. Some of them you can pull from the group and deal with them one by one. Others will always attack you in groups. If you are too strong to fight, enemies will run away from you and you'll have to chase them through the whole valley. But this won't be a concern for now, cause the only creatures that were afraid of you are already dead. And juvenile mole rats hardly think of you as an equal. After showing them their mistake, you gain enough experience to level up. Now let's take a look at the player's status screen. Yep, just one list with hardly 20 positions in it. That's whole you. A lot of zeros. But wait, what's that? 90? Oh, it's chance of failure, never mind. On the left side we have guild. Doesn't matter right now, we've already talked about level and experience. For each new level you gain 10 skill points. You need them to learn and improve skills. But first you have to find someone who will teach you, and in most cases they expect you to pay for it as well. Moving down you can see your attributes. You have 10 strength and dexterity, 5 mana and 40 life. You gain 12 life for every level up. To improve strength, dexterity and mana you need skill points and teachers. Strength will affect your damage with melee weapons, and dexterity will improve long-range weapons. You need mana for casting magic spells, but it's better to forget about it until you have an access to magic teachers. Also, some items like potions can permanently increase your skills and attributes. Then you have all sorts of protection. It comes from your armor, rings and amulets. They can give you skill or attribute bonuses as well. You won't see any of these soon though. On the right side you can see your fighting skills, the absence of them to be more precise. There are one-handed swords and their better version two-handed swords. Bows, and just like them but better crossbows. You have 2 levels for each of them and you need to learn them in consequence. One-handed level 1, one-handed level 2, two-handed level 1 and two-handed level 2. Same for bow and crossbow. The better you are at fighting, the higher your chance of critical hit. Without training you hold one-handed weapon with 2 hands and cannot make any combos. Only one slow swing. Left, right, left, right. But first thing you're gonna learn will be appropriate one-handed grip and your first combo along with faster swings. On the second level your combo becomes longer and your swings faster. With bows it's a little bit different. All the changes is your chance to hit the target and the speed of your shooting. At first you can shoot someone only when they are close enough to kill you, but on level 2 you can kill a group of thugs without letting them shorten the distance. Then you have thieving skills. Don't have actually. Open locks is essential skill in Colony. There are a lot of locked chests here, and if you lock doors, sometimes you need a key for them, but mostly a lockpick will do. Better learn at least 1 level to decrease the chance of breaking a lockpick. With pickpocketing you can steal items from other people, but it's mostly useless. There are also magic circles, but just like with mana, it's better to wait till the middle game for this. And the last on the list are special skills. You need only learn them once. Sneaking is for silent movement. You can just walk in the shop, put a bucket on shopkeeper's head and take everything you need. You have to sneak in a hut while nobody sees you to steal something. And acrobatics. This is not what you think it is. Not at all. With this skill you can jump further and take less damage from falling. And it's really handy cause you're gonna fall all the time with these crazy jumps. By the way, this is one of the fastest ways to move here. Faster only teleportation and very expensive speed potions. Although you're gonna look like an idiot, but who cares, right? On your way to the old camp you meet 2 hunters. One of them can teach you hunting skills. These are not in the player status screen. You can take all sorts of parts from killed animals and sell them, but there are more than enough ways to gain ore without spending precious skill points, so...
You're demanding a lot for your advice.
So it's time to leave poor hunters alone and move to the old camp, which is right across the river. You improved your confidence on those little mole rats and scavengers, perhaps now it's time to try the big ones. They have more meat on them and give you more experience, but one wrong move and they kill you. It's a good idea to explore the area near the camp. It's not too dangerous and you can find some food and items for selling, plus experience from the local fauna. Visual design in Gothic is very distinct. Ground and other surfaces you can walk on are different from walls and mountains. All interactive objects like chests and ladders have simple but effective shape, so they are easy to spot. Same goes for creatures. Most of enemies will also scream at you before the attack, and if you don't want to fight, just turn around and run. They won't chase you. As for the friendly NPCs, by friendly I mean the ones that won't kill you at the moment they see you. If NPC is somehow important, he has a name. If he is here just for quantity, he will be named after his occupation, like Digger, Shadow, or Bandit. The only thing you'll get from them is a bit of additional info about life in the colony. So you don't have to talk to literally everyone in the game if you don't want to miss a quest. While exploring you can jump, climb, swim, and even dive underwater. Water, by the way, has realistic physics. It's flowing and affects your swimming. You swim faster with the flow and slower against it. And if you don't move in the water, it will carry you away. Colony is a small place, so it's easy to find where you need to go. Landmarks like this tall tower in the old camp are everywhere, so it doesn't matter where you are, just look around and you will find something familiar like a river that will lead you to the places you know better. But if you still have problems, you should buy a map. Yes, you don't have a map. Why would the prisoner have a map from the start, right Morrowind? Local cartographer doesn't know how this dangerous southern part of the valley look like, so it's not drawn on the map, but later you can find somebody familiar with that area who will complete your map. But it's not enough to just go where you need and kill mole rats along the way. You should also look for all sorts of items that are scattered everywhere in the colony. They are big, colorful, and easy to spot. You don't have any weight limits, so take all you can find and don't worry about price and weight or size of every single blueberry. Everything worth carrying. In time of need you can always trade some mushrooms for arrows or new armor when you don't have enough ore. But what about gold? Gold is useless here. It's probably the only thing that you don't have to bother yourself with picking up. Instead of gold, locals use magic ore, the one that King Robert needs for the war with orcs. He would die if he saw the diggers buying schnapps in the tavern with this priceless ore that rightfully belongs to him. Even the poorest criminal has at least few nuggets, but King has to pay crazy big price to get it. Anyway, it's getting dark. Time to finally visit the old camp and find a place to sleep. There is smooth day-night cycle. Every creature in the game has its own schedule. People sleep during the night, so you can sneak past them and steal everything you want. They eat, drink, go to the toilet, wash themselves in the puddle, talk to each other, sometimes fight with creatures you accidentally lure in the camp. Some of locals cook, train, smoke, repair their homes, and so on and so on. Animals sleep at night, so you can take them by surprise and use this advantage to kill the ones you can't kill otherwise. The most dangerous beasts wake up hunt at night, so you better hurry to that camp. And for Ian's sake, don't try anything stupid.
Sure, I plan to take on the whole camp.
Hey, this guy's funny. I don't like funny guys. Try that again, and you'll regret it.
The weather is changing as well. Nothing serious, just rain and clouds. But this is enough to make the world feel real. Sometimes the barrier starts sparkling like lightning in the sky to remind you that you're trapped here under something unknown and there is no way out. Is there? Diego told you about some of the residents who have plans to escape, but before looking for them you should make sure that you are safe and have everything you need. And the best option to start is by talking to Diego. Even if you don't want to join the old camp, it's better to keep quiet about it for now and use every opportunity to help someone important, make easy money, or just gain some experience. Diego sends you to Thoros, the guard in thick armor with some kind of ferocious beast and really big sword. He won't let you in unless Gamaz, or Baron, and the old camp leader, who started the rebellion by the way, will want you inside. You need to deliver the letter to the mages, so you have to make yourself useful to Gamaz by joining the old camp, or help Thoros with problematic thug from the new camp, or just bribe Thoros with 1000 ore nuggets? That's not an option. You talk to Diego again and he explains that you need to gain reputation in the camp and complete the test of faith, your personal task, which is kinda dangerous to complete, so you decide to learn some stuff about the old camp first. It's located in the center of the colony on the place where Guard's castle used to be. After the rebellion, Gamaz and his people started a camp here. Diggers built huts outside the castle and formed outer circle of the old camp. One stubborn guy built his shack too close to the ditch and became a local celebrity.
How often have I told you bastards not to run through my hut?
What's your problem?
Leave me alone, man. Everyone's a problem with me. It all started when I built my hut. Don't build your hut close to the ditch, they said. But none of these bastards told me what would happen if I still did it. When I came back from the mine a few days ago, I had a second door. Those pigs, I hate them. I can't tell you how much I hate them. Now everybody runs through my hut. Every idiot!
All camps in the valley have very strict hierarchy. At the very bottom of the old camp exist workers, or how they call them here, diggers. Diggers dig ore, eat meat-bog ragu, drink cheap rice schnapps, and sometimes even smoke the swamp weed. Next level in the old camp are shadows. Mostly it's useful to camp guys like traders, hunters, and thieves. Diego is one of them. Being a shadow is cool, but not as cool as being a guard. These guys took armor of the prison guards after the rebellion and became sort of Gamaz's private army. Our new acquaintance Xardas is the leader of guards. Some of them offer protection to diggers for a small fee and make sure that those who don't pay for protection can defend themselves.
So, here we are, far away from your friend Diego. I'm to send you regards from Bloodwind.
Don't try that.
Guards make sure that ore trading with the king goes smoothly and nobody steals from ore barons. Ore barons rule everything here, but that's none of your business. Gamaz is the most famous and powerful of them. He is also among the strongest people in the colony, and the best sword in the game, Wrath of Innes, belongs to him. For now. But this sword is not the only thing that reminds locals about Innes here. Fire mages, Innes followers, to whom you're supposed to deliver the latter, live in the temple inside the castle and sell potions and magic items. Meanwhile, you talk to people, find yourself a home, refuse to pay protection money, help locals with their problems, learn some skills, deal with a bunch of losers who seem to be upset that you didn't pay for protection, and get rid of the local weirdo.
Hey man, new here? I haven't seen you before. I'll join you for a while, if you don't mind. I'm sure you'll need a friend.
Get lost.
Once on the way home, your eye catches a big wooden chest in the local forge. Now we're talking. No need to worry about ore in the nearest future. Time to visit merchants. To survive in the colony, merchants must be smart and cunning, so they will gladly buy whatever you found for half price, no questions asked, except for gold. The only thing this junk is capable of is laying lonely on the bottom of the chest in your hut because you don't have a lock and always have everything useful on you, so no one can steal it. Back to barter though, it's pretty simple. You take items from your inventory and items from merchants, and if yours worth equal or more than merchants, you can buy it. Don't forget about control and shift. You don't want to spend the whole day counting 200 nuggets of ore, do you? Some special items can be bought only in dialogue and only with ore, no barter. Mostly this is how you get a new armor. Well, armor is a bit of a stretch for now, cause the only thing someone in your position can afford is...
Give me the digger's trousers.
A good choice.
Okay, shopping is done. Time to get to that test of faith Diego was talking about. You need to go to the old mine, the main source of magic ore here, and take the list of items that workers need from the outside. Under no circumstances the list must fall into the hands of the new camp. The way to the old mine lays through the dangerous forest, but you managed to get there avoiding unknown beasts. Gothic's open world had no load screens up to this point, but when you enter huge underground locations like the old mine, loads are inevitable. There are only 4 places like this in total though. 1 year later, Morrowind will annoy you with load screens every few dozen meters. In Gothic, you are the one to annoy everybody every few dozen meters. It's a small colony after all. And now it's time to bother workers in the old mine. Getting the list is easy. So easy that you get bored and decide to solve a mystery about the lost key, grant the wish of one of the diggers and get another key, And finally, grant your own wishes and use both keys to solve your financial problems.
Listen, Ian and the others are sitting at the bottom having grilled meat.
What? Without me? Well, I'll collect my share.
Happy and excited, you go back to the old camp. It's dark now, so the safest way to get there is a river. Also, it's really fast with the flow. Time to find out more about the other camps. Xardas asked you to deal with that thug from the new camp. Why not do this now? Thug is the Mage's courier. That's why Xardas or his guards can't deal with him. Guy is under Mage's protection. Now that's the protection you want. Not that bullshit from guards who will just stand and watch while two diggers that paid for protection are killing each other. Luckily for you, this courier wants to go back to the new camp and is willing to take you with him.
Let's go to the new camp.
Okay, follow me.
Everybody hates escort missions because you have to protect stupid weak idiots who like a magnet pull the enemies from just about everywhere and die before you can do anything. Well, in Gothic you are this stupid weak idiot, and now when you have the strong guy on your side, you can go and bring to him every creature you stumble across. You do this for experience. While you are in, let's say, party with someone, you gain all the experience. Just don't lose your companion out of sight, because he will teleport to the next stop on your way and you'll have to continue without him. Few hours and one level up later, you stand before the new camp entrance, holding a ring.
Talk to Lars. He will help you. Give this to him. It's a precious ring. It's your ticket to see Lars. You need a good reason to be allowed to meet him.
The new camp was founded by a bunch of people who didn't like Gomez and how the things worked in the old camp. They built a dam and started to grow rice on the fields below. Later they discovered a mine nearby, and water mages who split off from the fire mages came up with a plan to blow up a huge mound of ore, and in doing so destroy the barrier. There is no single boss in the new camp, but each group has its own leader. Peasants work on the fields under Rice Lord. Be a peasant is probably the worst way to live in the colony. They work all day, sleep a little bit, and work again. Peasants starve and don't have enough water. Scrapers work in the free mine. They have a little bit better life than diggers from the old camp. Scrapers work for food and once per month can spend 50 ore nuggets bonus in the local tavern. Then we have rogues. They are thugs, bandits, sometimes hunters, pretty much like shadows. Laris is their leader. Water mages are led by the High Mage Xardas. They pay mercenaries for protection, but it's nothing like guards protection in the old camp. Everything is honest and clear here, because the head of mercenaries, Lee, is one of those rare good innocent guys who can't be considered as innocent is this bastard who forced you to give water to all the peasants on the field. Since you couldn't see it coming, now you have to deal with it. Someday you will become stronger and no one will tell you what to do, but for now...
Lefty sent me. I brought you some water.
Thanks, man. I was just about to start drinking the mud.
Moving on through the second gate, you see the dam and its main builder on it. He has some troubles with the lurker. You kill the creature, the dam is safe now. It's getting late and your hut in the old camp is too far away. Most of people from the new camp live in huts in the huge cave. One of mercenaries, Gorn, who seems to be a nice guy, says that you can take the hut near the entrance. One of rogues sleeps there without permission. Not anymore.
Get lost. Shrike has moved to another hut.
Good.
You still have some time till the night, so why not go to see their free mine? You pretend to be a new scraper and get a uniform. Permission to enter the mine is too hard to get, so you go back to your new home. Next day you bring the list from the old mine to Laris. He adds some drinks and weapons to the list, and now you can bring it back to Diego. Probably Rogue's gonna tag the next delivery to the old mine and take all the goodies. But that's not your concern. Also, you give Laris the ring from the courier, and he tells you that there is something suspicious going on in the sacked camp, so the courier needs to look into it. You go to the local tavern and pass the message.
Laris has a message for you.
Tell me about it.
He wants to know what's going on in the sect camp, and he wants you to find out.
I get the feeling this problem will solve itself.
While in the tavern, you notice that its owner has a really cool axe. A few minutes later, with a new weapon in hand, you finish your business in the new
You won't have
camp.
much time to be sorry for it.
How are you, my friend?
Oh man, what do you want?
I've had a really bad day, and I'm looking for a way to relieve my tension. Just stay like that for a minute.
You really like taking advantage of me, don't you?
The fight's been decided.
The peasants look thirsty.
I'll see to it, don't worry.
Here you go. Have another drink on me.
Thanks, man. I'll drink to your health.
You help guys from the sacked camp get rid of their weed.
Think about it. Give me the weed and we'll share the profit.
Oh man, I need to get rid of this stuff. You wouldn't try to make me look like a fool, would you?
I give you my word.
Good. Here's this stuff.
Then you learn acrobatics and jump back to the old camp. It's time to visit the Brotherhood of the Sleeper, and you remember that there is a guy who can show you the way.
Take me to your camp. I want to have a look at it.
Very good. I'll go ahead. Follow me.
Don't forget to use him to gain some experience.
Here we are. Down there lies the camp of the Brotherhood. Go through the gate and speak to my brothers. I'm sure you haven't come here for nothing. Ask for Cor Kalam. He's in charge of the novices and tutors.
Later this day, you stand before the entrance to the swamp camp and talk to Lester. He doesn't seem to really believe in all this sleeping nonsense. You casually walk around the camp and learn some stuff about it.
Who are you?
I'm Lester. I take care of the strangers who arrive here. You're lucky that you didn't talk to Baal Namib. No stranger is allowed to talk to the gurus.
Just like the new camp, the Brotherhood of the Sleeper was founded when somebody split off from the old camp. This somebody was Iberian. He saw a vision in which Sleeper told him to go to the swamps where a future sect leader found the weed that helped him see more visions. Sleeper told him that there is a way out of the colony. He can free everyone, but he needs more power, and power comes from followers. So Iberian started to share his new faith in weed. The weed grows on the swamps, it's a very dangerous place. Bloodflies with their deadly stings are everywhere, not to mention the swamp sharks. These beasts are almost impossible to kill, and as if this was not enough, barrier here is so close that you can activate it while gathering the weed or running away from a swamp shark. But that's nothing for true junkie believers. They stay here no matter what. Smoke, grow weed, sell it to the other camps, smoke again, recruit new followers, dream about escape and smoke some more. Just like in other camps, there are a few groups inside the Brotherhood. Iberian lives in the old temple. He and most trusted and enlightened brothers are called Guru. They are teachers and alchemists. Some of them practice magic. Cor Kalam, probably the best alchemist in the colony, is leading the preparation for a big ritual that should help brothers understand Sleeper's escape plan better. Korangar is the leader of Templars. They protect the camp and help with getting ingredients for Cor Kalam's experiments. You saw a few of them in the old mine. And then there are novices. They are the ones who grow all the weed that everyone is smoking here.
Will you train me?
You want to become a strong warrior, so now you're looking for someone to instruct you. Commendable, but I'm not the man you want. I dedicate my time only to those belonging to the Holy Circle of Templars.
Everyone looks relaxed and happy. Diggers from the old camp dream about joining the sect, but guards won't let them go if there is a chance that they won't come back. You help one of these guys join the Brotherhood. You bring him to his new teacher, Guru, who says that you did a good job and can count on his vote if you decide to join them. His vote alone won't be enough, so you do some stuff around the camp and gather more. but that's not so easy because you're not allowed to talk to Guru. They must talk to you first. Lester helps you prove to one of Gurus that you truly believe in Sleeper and reject the other gods. One novice is waiting for replacement way too long. You show this replacement his place. One of Gurus notices your kind heart and gives you another task. You have to take the wheat from novices on the swamp and bring it to Korkolam. While doing this, you help one of workers get rid of the blood flies. And this won't be left unnoticed. Guru who gave you this task gives you the sleep spell. You can use it only once, so make it count. Back in the new camp, you helped one of the brothers spread the weed among the locals. He offered you one of 3 rewards in return: or magic and help with joining the Brotherhood. You chose the last one, and he gave you a special weed for one of Gurus. You find him near the temple. He falls asleep after smoking the weed and sees a vision. A vision of you joining the Brotherhood. This counts as a vote, right? Then one of the novices who hopes to become Guru soon helps you with the last vote. Thanks to his advice, you spell sleep on one of that Guru's pupils and impress him with your magic skills. That's it, 5 out of 5. Oh, and while you're in the Kalam's lab, don't forget to take his recipe. One of Shadows needs it. While in the swamp, you also find a 3rd hut for sleeping. It's not very safe though. Now you can join one of the camps. This will affect your life in the colony almost until the end, so choose carefully. Old Camp is a classic choice. It's tied to the main story better than the others. Some moments will be more emotional if you join it. From the gameplay perspective, it's also a good choice because you will have access to good armor and all the teachers you might need. Plus it's located in the center of the colony, so walking here and there will take less time. Then we have New Camp, for all those who don't like the Old Camp. It's free, and after dealing with the Rice Lord and his thugs, it even became safe. Leaders of this camp are among the best people in colony. It's not really hard to achieve, but still. Gameplay options are good for everyone. Melee weapons, range weapons, or magic. You can learn and master everything you want here. And the last but not the least is the Swamp Camp, for those who want just... It feels like the best option for mages, but don't be fooled. Yes, you will have the access to first magic circles from the start, but the strongest 5th and 6th circles won't be available to you at all. The camp you choose can say a lot about you. Do you want to escape from here, or are you satisfied with things the way they are? Old Camp is, for sure. New Camp's idealists follow smart plan and the Brotherhood of the Sleeper. Well, you either don't care at all and just want to relax and smoke, or perhaps you need some more time to think. You can do this while cleaning the colony from almost everything that can give you experience. You even kill important to the story troll and wonder how it's gonna affect your future. You fight on the arena. Somehow talking the strongest guy here into a fight is tougher than the fight itself.
I'll challenge you. Let's go to the arena.
You? I'll have you for breakfast, kid. Do yourself a favor and get lost.
So you don't get hurt, you coward?
Don't you have any better ideas, boy?
At first I wanted to say something about your thin arms, but then I saw your ugly mug.
I think this is your last chance to finally get lost.
No, there's nothing I can think of you'd actually understand.
Maybe you should give it a try.
You're only here to get a chance to kiss Gomez's ass.
What? You were. You know nothing about us. The new camp is independent from all that shit. And apart from that, there's only one reason why I'm here. So I can beat the brains out of smartasses like you.
Oh, finally.
It's a question of willpower.
Finally, a few hours later, you decide to join the Old Camp. Diego saved your life at the beginning, you feel like you owe him one. So you follow his advice and join the old camp. You have to talk to Gomez and prove yourself worthy, but before that... This ladder was burdening you long enough. Time to get rid of it. You see a mage in red robe. His name is Milten. You give the ladder to him.
I have a letter for the High Magician of the Circle of Fire.
Are you a messenger from the outside world?
Yes, a magician gave me the letter shortly before they threw me into the colony.
Show me the letter.
Here it is.
This letter is addressed to Xardas.
What's so exciting about that?
Xardas has not been a servant of Innis for ages. He left us some years ago and turned towards black magic. Wait here. I'll be back in a moment. Caristo was beside himself with delight. He said that you may go to Torres and choose your reward.
The reward is kinda underwhelming, but what can you do? At least it gave you a reason to become better and survive up to this point. You drink the potion and, full of willpower, enter the castle.
What can I do for you? I'm Raven, Gomez's right-hand man. Anyone who wants to see Gomez has to talk to me first.
Or Baron Raven shows you the way to Gomez.
I have come to offer my services.
What makes you think we're interested in your services?
I've been traveling around the colony a lot and I have contacts in all of the camps.
Now that could prove useful. Who are you in contact with?
Kor Kalam.
And?
Just don't say that you know Iberian. Gomez knows that this is impossible and will kill you on the spot.
Shh. You're not allowed to talk to us.
Now you are officially a shadow. You return to Raven and he gives you your new armor and the first task. Go to the swamp camp and find out what's going on there. All these talks about invocation are too loud to ignore. You buy new armor from Diego, just like his. Perfect. And go to the Brotherhood, where Lester tells you about upcoming ritual. Iberian needs a certain object first, and you're gonna find it. But what if you don't want to serve Gomez and his ore barons to the end of your life? You won't stay under the barrier, you will find a way out. And the best available option right now is Water Mage's plan to explode huge amount of ore. You talk to Laris and start from the bottom, being just a rogue and hoping that one day you will join mages or mercenaries. Your first task is to find out what is going on in this act. Also you talk to the Water Mage, become his courier and deliver 2 letters to fire mages. One from the outside and one from the new camp. But perhaps this is not for you too. You just want to forget everything and dream. Dream about someone who will awake and solve all your problems by himself. But Kor Kalam ruins your dream immediately. That's not how the faith works. You have job to do. We deliver it to the old camp. Good, you can bring the ladder to the fire mages while doing this. Also, some guys from the new camp are making their own weed. That's preposterous, you take care of them. When you come back to the camp, Lester tells you about the upcoming ritual. You're in the colony for relatively a long time now, and despite all these terrible things that are happening around, it starts to feel like home to you. But why? What makes this game feel so dear to your heart despite the fact that it's so dangerous and wants you to suffer? What is trying to make you think that the colony is your home now and you need to return there every once in a while? Music. It's written by Kai Rosenkrantz and gives the game a lot of depth. It's always boring when something is very one-sided, when everything is dark all the time, your eyes begin to adapt to this darkness, and you don't find it that dark anymore. But when you lit a small candle to light your path, your eyes are drawn to this candle and start to see everything outside of its light as pitch black darkness. Sometimes music in Gothic makes you feel uncomfortable or in danger if it's a fight theme, but mostly it's like a candle, makes the Valley of Minds feel warm and cozy. But at the same time, all this hopelessness around feels even stronger. Also, the sound of it is so unique, unknown, mysterious, just like the barrier that is keeping you in the colony. It feels like the valley itself playing all these instruments to sedate you. to dull your feelings, to make you forget about escape. They work in tandem. Barrier keeps the character and music keeps the player. Judging by how many times I've returned to this game, their success is beyond any doubt. No matter which camp you have joined, now you have to help the Brotherhood with their ritual. Ibarian tells you where to find the focus stone. You go there and take it from the dead body that used to be a lunatic who made a terrible mistake and attacked you. Now Ibarian sends you to Korkolom. He is in charge of the ritual and needs some help with ingredients. Sleeper told him in the vision that Minecrawler's mandibles are not strong enough for proper connection, so you have to go to the old mine and find something stronger. Perhaps something from their nest. Last time when you visited the old mine, you didn't have to go all the way down. It's really deep, and the deeper you go, the more Minecrawlers in the side sections of the mine you encounter. There are so many of them that Templars and guards keep safe only the main shaft. At the lower part of the mine you see a creature you've never seen before. It's green, a bit bigger than a human. It operates huge mechanism that usually takes the power of 10 people. It's an orc, one of those who are in war with our kingdom. There are 2 orcs here actually. Guards captured them and forced to work here. They are very effective, as you can see, and don't eat that much. Anyway, you need to find Minecrawler's nest. Old Mine's boss tells you where it is in exchange for spare detail for the broken machine. You found the detail in one full of Minecrawler's side shafts. Now you are standing before the locked gate that leads deeper into the mine, where the nest is probably located. The guard here won't open the gate unless you bring him a few Templars to help with thousands of Minecrawlers from the other side. 2 Templars go as soon as they hear about your mission here. The third one wants a healing potion in case he gets injured. Korkolom gave you some of these when you said that this mission is gonna be dangerous. So you give the Templar his potion and go back. Wait for everyone to come and open the gate. A couple of Minecrawlers attack you immediately. With some help you kill them all and go deeper into the abandoned, dark, full of Minecrawlers cave. After gaining a lot of experience, you find the Minecrawler Queen and gain some more experience. The only thing that you can take from here are eggs. You bring him to Korkolom. On the way back, a guard says that Taurus wants to make you a guard. That was fast. But first you want to finish your business with the Brotherhood. Now Kolom needs some sort of instruction book, an almanac from the fire mages. Can he do at least something without you? It feels like you did most of the preparation for the ritual. He already bought the book, but on the way to the swamp it was stolen by black goblins. You retrieve it, and finally, the next night, Ibarian starts the ritual.
Sleeper, awaken!
Something goes wrong. The rock above the temple collapses and interrupts Ibarian. All you saw during the ritual was an orc. Ibarian is heavily injured and can't lead the Brotherhood right now, so Gorn says that there is an old orc cemetery nearby, and since you've already helped the camp so much, he trusts you to go there. But let's look at some of the differences between camps in this chapter first. As a Brotherhood novice, you won't get an amulet from Ibarian for bringing him the focus stone. And one nice detail that doesn't affect your camp, but still, you can retrieve the almanac on your way back from the old mine to save some time. You can become a guard, a fire mage, a Templar, a mercenary, and a bit later in the game a water mage. There's no option to become a guru in the Brotherhood of the Sleeper, so if you're interested in powerful magic, it's better to avoid joining the sect. Just talk to Thoros, Caristo, Karangar, or Lee as soon as you get a message from your camp about how pleased they are with your work and that you are ready for promotion. You get the first guild armor for free and can buy better one after completing more quests. There's no way to get an armor like the one that Xardas is wearing. I know you wanted it so badly, it's heartbreaking, just wait till the next game. As a mage you also gain access to learning magic circles, so it's finally the right time to talk about magic. You need mana to cast spells, the more the better. Just don't forget to leave enough skill points for learning all magic circles. There are one-time spell scrolls and reusable runes. Scrolls are available to anyone who has enough mana to cast them. Runes require from user a certain magic circle. The more powerful the rune, the higher the circle you need to learn to be able to use it. There are 6 circles. First one will cost you 10 skill points, and all the next one will cost 5 points more, up to 35 skill points for the 6th circle. Most of spells just deal damage, some have additional effects like burning or freezing the target, but few of them are more peculiar. For example, telekinesis. It's meant to be used for taking the objects from inaccessible places, and you will even use it once for this purpose, but it has one additional effect. While equipped, telekinesis highlights the objects that you can pick up, so most of the time you just run around with it and scan the valley searching for mist, blueberries and arrows. Sometimes you even get lucky and find something more valuable. Then there is a sleep spell. You've already used it once to impress one of Gurus. You can also impress Xardas before gaining the permission to talk to him by putting his guard to sleep. A light spell to, well, light your way and leave your hands for fighting. A healing spell can come in handy if you run out of healing items and have a lot of mana potions. Control for controlling NPCs and making them do something you can't. And charm to turn foes into a friend. These last two are not very useful though. Usually in games like this it's better to use a bow because your amount of arrows is much bigger than your maximum mana. But in Gothic you will often miss your shots even from a short distance. While magic always hits the target and some spells hit the targets nearby or even everyone around you. Sometimes you can cast a spell from a distance so far that the enemy won't be able to see and attack you. The gift of magic was given to humans by gods. In Gothic 1 this whole system is kinda messed up, but in the sequel it is said that all magic is divided by 3 types. From Minus, fire and light, from Adonis, ice and healing, and from Beliar, necromancy. Also there are some spells like teleportation that are available to the followers of every god. And now it's time to find out the truth about one of these gods, the Sleeper. Gorn sent few Templars with one guru to the orc cemetery, and now you head there as well. This is where you encounter orcs and their trained dogs for the first time. These are just scouts, not warriors, and you fight only 1 or 2 at a time, but they still are deadly, so remain cautious. You enter the cemetery through the skull-shaped entrance. It's such a creepy place. Orcs mummify their dead in places like this. They leave potions, jewelry and magic scrolls and mummies. Perhaps orcs believe that it will help them in the afterlife. But for you, mummies are just creepy chests with valuable loot. After cleaning the place and killing few orcs, you find the only survivor, Guru from the sect. He says that orcs ambushed them and killed Templars. You came just in time to save his life. You haven't found anything yet, so you continue your mission together. You find 2 parts of torn parchment. Guru says that this is a magic scroll, but it's written in unknown language. You bring him to the cave with symbols on the walls, and that's enough for Guru to translate the scroll. It's teleportation scroll, but unusual. You can use it only in certain place. Time to find it. With Guru's help and the scroll, you find a secret passage, where the man you saved from the death a few minutes ago goes nuts and tries to kill you. He saw a corpse and thought that it was his god who died because you came here.
Now he's gone completely crazy.
And the only thing is left for him is to make a human sacrifice to the Sleeper. What an idiot. Well, every experienced source is welcome here, so you forgive him and go back to Gorn. After hearing your report, he says that your only hope right now is Iberian, but his life is in danger. Some healing herbs from the swamp might help. So you go after them. Or buy herbs from the local weed merchant if you're still scared of the swamp sharks. Or perhaps you have them already. In any case, your efforts are futile. Iberian, founder and the leader of the Brotherhood of the Sleeper, dies. In his last words, he says that their god is an archdemon, and brothers must not follow him anymore. Corcolam couldn't agree with this, and while you were busy looking for herbs, he took half of Templars and left the camp. Gorn doesn't know what to do anymore. He gives you a key to Colam's chest. You take the focus stone and the almanac there and go to the new camp to seek the help of water mages. Iberian in his final moment believed that they can help. On your way there you meet Gorn. He says that the guards of the upper level won't let you through to Xardas, the highest of the water mages. You need to talk to the keeper of the ore first. After this you get the password that will allow you to pass the mercenaries and go to see Xardas. What can possibly go wrong, right?
Stop! Nobody may pass without the password.
Kronos has given me permission.
If that's so, he'd have given you the password. Get lost, you liar.
No idea, I've forgotten it.
Then come back as soon as you remember it and don't waste my time.
The password is Teriantrach.
Wrong!
What was the password again?
You're more of a scatterbrain than my old granny. It is Tetriandach.
The password is Tetradanach.
Wrong! Wrong!
Tetradanach.
Wrong! Wrong! Tetriandach.
Teriantrach.
Wrong! 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 Wrong!
The password is Tetriandach.
That's right. You may pass. Wrong!
Stupid password. A few hours later you finally give the almanac and the focus stone to the High Mage and he tells you everything about their plan. They are planning to gather a huge ore mound and with the help of focus stones explode it. The explosion will be magical, so it will affect only the magic barrier and won't touch the living creatures. Water mages have the ore, but they need to find 5 focus stones. Well, basically you need. They will just sit here in their cave pretending to be busy and giving you scrolls and potions just so you leave them alone. Anyway, you brought them 1 focus stone from the Brotherhood, that's 4 to go. Xardas gives you the old map with locations of all focus stones. You can teleport back to the new camp after every focus stone. Xardas will give you a new teleportation scroll. Or you can find all stones and only then return to the new camp. Anyway, you go to the nearest location on the map and find Fire Mage Milten there.
Greetings! My friend Lester from the swamp camp told me about your great deeds there. I am impressed. You've become very strong.
I do my best.
Ah yes, always modest, aren't you?
With Milten's help you find the focus stone and go to the next location, the Old Fort, where you find Brotherhood's novice Lester. Just like Milten, Lester helps you with focus and you help him with his business.
Awake! I found the
On the 3rd location, the abandoned monastery, you see mercenary Gorn.
Hi, Greenhorn. As you can see, the colony is quite a small place. You can't help bumping into people all the time.
Gorn helps you, you help him. Your first friend Diego is waiting for you on the last location.
Hey, I thought you were dead.
Sometimes I thought so myself.
A lot of things have happened since we last met. I hear you've contributed a great deal to the final invocation.
Obviously, you're quite well informed.
Better than you think. Now you're looking for the focus?
Yes, there must be one somewhere around here.
I know where to find one. There's just one problem.
I see. What do you want?
You've really learned your lesson, but that's not what I meant.
No? What's the problem then?
It's 3 tons of a problem. Let's go. You'll understand in a moment.
You kill a troll together. Usually it's easy with the magic scroll, but you used it in the first chapter to kill the troll in this same place. Now there's a new troll, but no scrolls. Luckily you are strong enough to kill it without cheating this time. With all stones in the inventory, you go back to the new camp. You walk through the old camp on your way there. Everything looks the same here. Nobody suspects that soon they all will be free. You bring all focus stones to Xardas, and he says that there is one last thing only you can do. There always is one last thing, isn't it? Only 12 mages can perform the ritual, just like with the barrier. 6 water mages and 6 fire mages. You need to persuade the latter ones to come to the new camp and help. There's no way they're gonna listen you. Not after all these years of union with criminals and blackmailing the king. They seem to be satisfied with their current position. They are safe and happy under old camp's protection. Unlike protection for the diggers, guards really protect mages. Regardless of this, you have to try to convince the fire mages anyway. But first you need to rest for a bit. You think about guys who helped you find the focus stones. There are 4 friends in the game who don't seem to care much about their camps. They have their own goals. Their names are Diego, Gorn, Lester, and Milten. They helped you find focus stones, but not only that. Diego saved your life at the beginning. He told you everything you needed to know to survive here and later became your mentor in the old camp. When you refused to pay for protection, nobody was brave enough to touch you when Diego was around. They had to wait for you on the other side of the camp or lure you outside into the ambush. Gorn told you about the house you could live in the new camp. Of course you had to beat up the guy who lived there without permission, but that's just how the things work in that camp. Later Gorn gave you your part after the attack on the old camp caravan, which you helped to organize. Lester told you everything about this act, helped you deceive one of Gurus, and it looks like he was the one who recommended you to Iberians so you could have a chance to prove yourself and become an important person. And Milten was the one to whom you delivered the letter. He was nothing like those scary bloodthirsty mages you heard about around the camp. And then they all conveniently have some business exactly in the place where one of focus stones should be. Was it all just a coincidence? And if not, then why are they doing this? Gothic comic starts with Milten thinking about the war with orcs. The guy would probably be dead by now if he hadn't escaped to Chromanin. He walks on the crowded marketplace and steals an apple while nobody's watching. Nobody except for 2 guards. Now Milten is in the jail with 3 men. Gorn, Diego, and Lester, who has blonde hair by the way. They are sitting in the cell for prisoners with lifetime sentence, murderers, kidnappers, or thieves and fugitives like Milten. Here's a deserter. This is one of the worst crimes in the kingdom because of the war with orcs. Lester was sentenced for killing 2 guards who tried to arrest him for some minor crime. Why Gorn and Diego are in jail remains unknown. Gorn tells Milten about the colony, and on the next day they are thrown inside the barrier. Sometime later, 4 friends, Shadow, a mercenary, a novice, and a fire mage are watching the fight in the old camp's arena. Gorn starts a fight with a Gamaz guard. Other guards surround him, but Milten calms everyone down. Next day, Calista screams at Milten for this incident. Fire mage is not allowed to be friends with the common people, especially from the new camp. Then Calista says that Gamaz guard is planning to pay Milten's mercenary friend back for what he did. Meanwhile, Gorn is ambushed by a bunch of armed guys. He kills few of them, but there are just too many. He lies injured on the ground, surrounded by enemies, when suddenly strong wind throws them away. That's Lester's magic. He helps Gorn to run away, and they hide in the accidentally discovered cave where guards can't find them. Next day, friends discuss a plan to get rid of Gamaz's guard. Later, Lester distracts the caravan from the outside, while Milten and Gorn hide the barrel near the caravan. Workers put it with the others. In the evening, Diego gets out of the barrel in the warehouse. He steals some stuff and a bag full of magic ore. Then Diego escapes from the building through the roof. He runs away and hides in the shadows, like dark shadows, not old camp's shadows. But 2 guards spot him. They come closer to the shadow when Milten comes out and tells guards to get lost. Friends climb through the window on the 2nd floor into the Gamaz guard room. They are leaving stolen bags here when the woman interrupts them. Turns out this room belongs to Gomez, not to his guard. The woman helps Diego and Milten find the right room and hide one of the bags there in exchange for a favor. The 3 of them escape from the castle, but one of the fire mages spots them, and they have to hide in a tower. They block the doors, Fire Mage calls the guards, but they can't force the door open. The mage can't wait any longer, he casts a firebolt spell and accidentally hits the back with magic ore left by Milten in the tower. It explodes and destroys the tower. Diego, Milten and the woman barely manage to survive the collapse. A few days later, the four friends are sitting under the tree near the exchange zone discussing their plan to get rid of the masked guard that turned out to be quite successful when a newcomer is thrown under the barrier. And now this newcomer has to convince fire mages to help with the ritual. On the dam you see Lee.
There was a time when I led a very different life. I was one of the best generals of this country. I've spent my whole life fighting for my country. But the nobles didn't like me because the king listened to my advice, and they knew I posed a threat to their dirty business. I hadn't counted on their insidiousness. They used the king's wife to get me. I was blamed for her pointless murder. King Robar had no other choice. The services I had rendered my country saved me from the gallows, but they robbed me of my freedom. One day I'll be free again, then I shall return and take revenge. I shall have my revenge.
And you will get it after you destroy the barrier, but to do this you need fire mages. Guards on the bridge to the old camp attack you. Why did they do this? On the other side of the bridge you see Milten. The old mine collapsed, fire mages are dead, and the old camp is closed now. Guards at the gate kill everyone who gets too close. Wait, that's a lot of info. How in the name of Valier could all this happen? Long story short, diggers dug in the wrong place and discovered an underground river, which flooded the mine and destroyed support pillars. Mine collapsed. Few survivors told about it to Gomez. The old camp wouldn't last long without trading with the king, so the Yar Baron decided to attack the new camp to gain access to the free mine. Fire mages were against it, they had to die. Nobody can contradict Gomez. After helping you with Focus Stone, Milten went back to the old camp and guards almost killed him. He met with Diego and they decided to stay near the gates and warn their friends. Staying as far from the gate as possible, you go to Diego. He tells you that the guards went to the free mine through the recently discovered path in the mountains. You must hurry back to the new camp and warn them. And one last thing, Diego and Milten want to meet at their usual place, and you need to tell Gorn and Lester about it. But now is not the best time. You teleport back to the new camp. You're too late. Gorn just reported the attack on the free mine to Xardas. Now the escape plan is impossible, but there is one last person who can help. The 13th mage who used to be the highest mage. He was in charge of creating the barrier. After that he started to practice necromancy. Our barons didn't like that, so he left and now lives in the tower in the middle of Orkland, the southern part of the colony that is not drawn on your map. His name is Xardas. He is your last hope. But many messengers were sent to him before. None came back. Xardas doesn't want to be disturbed. Magic creatures guard his solitude. You go to the library, find a book about golems, make sure that you have all the weapons you need and head to the Orkland. This is a dangerous place. Orcs, their dogs, and other deadly creatures are everywhere. After gaining few levels, you see the tower. Narrow path guarded by golems seems to be the only way to Xardas. You kill stone golem with recently bought hammer, fire and ice golems with appropriate magic, and move forward. Inside the tower you hear a strange voice inside your head.
Hold on, who's talking to me? You are talking to me? How did you get into my head?
This demon is Xardas' servant. You need to prove that you are worthy by solving a riddle. There's no visible way up here, so you have to do what he says. Luckily you've already looted those golems and have their hearts. You give them to the infernal creature and receive teleportation rune, which leads you to the upper floors of the tower where you finally meet Xardas.
Who dares to disturb me in my studies?
My name is...
I don't wish to know your name. It's insignificant.
He tells you that the water mages are idiots, their plan is garbage, and the fire mages got what they deserved because they were stupid enough to side with Gomez. The magicians have never thought why did the barrier grow so large. Xardas have. He says that the answer is hidden somewhere deep down under the orc town. Turns out orcs are not just angry animals like most of people think. Well, they are, but also they are intelligent and their culture is as old as ours. A few centuries ago, orc shamans tried to summon the archdemon into this world. You have to learn more about it. Fortunately, recently orcs exiled one of the shamans. He is in the old fortress right now, and you head there as well. But wait a bit, how are you supposed to get down if there's no stairs? Here's some options. Another walk through the orc land, and now you observe the fight between the exiled shaman and orc templars. You help the shaman.
Oh, thanks, stranger. Bad orcs want kill me. Old brothers, today enemies.
He appreciates it. His name is Orshak. He learned your language while being imprisoned in the mine under the settlement in the cave. In other words, in the free mine. Or how one rook says, not so free mine. Anyway, you learned from him that long ago his brothers summoned Grushak to help with war against the other orc clan. Grushak is orcish for sleeper. He cursed the shamans for eternal serving in his temple under the orc town. You want to go there immediately, but Orshak stops you. There are way too many orcs. You need Ulumulu to go to the town. Another orc who is still in the free mine because he was ill when Orshak escaped can make it. You teleport to the new camp. Water Mage there says that Gorn was looking for you. He has a plan how to make the free mine free again. But before that, one of rogues asks you to bring him some Minecrawler's blades, so he can make you cool armor. He teaches you how to take these blades off the Minecrawlers and you go back to Gorn. His plan is simple. You two go there alone and kill everyone on your way without getting too much attention. Sounds easy enough. In the free again mine you find the orc. Help him with his health issues and go for the ingredients for the Ulumulu. You kill the most dangerous beast in the valley and head back to the orc.
I have all 4 items for the Ulumulu.
Stranger, strong warrior me. Give items. Tarak make Ulumulu.
With Ulumulu in hands, you leave Gorn guard the entrance until Lee sends here some reinforcement and go to the orc town. On your way to the orc land, you recall in your mind all the strange things you've encountered in this short but regional sorts of events imprisonment. Dismal Tower is located near the monastery where Gorn helped you find the focus stone. Inside there is an entrance to the Full of Skeletons dungeon. You fought your way through to the skeleton mage of the Fog Tower who had summoned all these skeletons here. On his defeated bones you found a book titled Chromanin. It had only 2 pages. On the left page a small part of the story was written. On the right a riddle. The Wise One ceased to having a general overview before he dedicates himself to his next mission. It reminded you of a fortress where you had met Urshak. You went there to look for something. You didn't know what exactly. You climbed on the highest place in the fortress, the tower, and there you found the old book, the second Chromanin, with only 2 pages. On the left page was the next part of the story, on the right a riddle. Looks like a book series. You always was a bookworm, so there was no way you missed the ending of this story. All the books must be found, you decided, and went to the place ciphered in the riddle. What is divided will be reunited after being massively separated for a short time. On the place where a river between the exchange zone and the old camp divides in 2, your telekinesis highlighted the next old book, Chromanin 3. 2 pages, story on the left, riddle on the right. The wise fisherman occasionally tries to get lucky on the other side of the lake. There's only one lake with something similar to the fisherman's hut in the valley. On the other side of it, you found the 4th book. 2 pages, story on the left, riddle on the right. Long forgotten are the deeds of those who once were aboard. An image of the shipwreck and fire lizards instantly came in mind. The 5th book. 2 pages, story on the left, riddle. Oh, not the riddle, more like a request. You will find me where it all began. Where it all began. In the dungeon under the fog tower. Short swim and you were in the exactly same place where you'd killed that skeleton mage. This time you found the corpse, with the last book on it. You didn't have the time to read it because suddenly out of nowhere you were attacked by a group of skeletons. 2 of them were mages. You barely managed to deal with them. Finally you opened the book, hoping to find there the end of the story. The only word you found was Chromanin. So there was a guy, let's call him Idiot for convenience. Idiot found something very powerful, something that only the worthy one can receive, a Chromanin. In visions it showed Idiot something so dear to his heart that he would never renounce it. Idiot was scared to lose these visions by doing something wrong. Idiot was hoping to achieve perfection with the help of Chromanin, but he couldn't do it alone. Idiot hid all these books, hoping that one day someone will solve all the riddles and find him. I hope they are coming soon, is written in the 5th book. And you came, but not soon enough. Perhaps you should continue his path, become the next Idiot, return the books to their previous locations, and wait for someone worthy to come and find you in the fog tower, hoping that they will come and find you before endless armies of skeletons do. At this point you saw everything in the colony except for the orc town. Diggers and other prisoners die here every day, but you never saw a single grave. Few bodies here and there. Of course scavengers have to eat something as well, but there should be many more of those. There were a lot of skeletons in the fog tower. What if this tower is kinda like a human version of the orc cemetery? If this is right, humans are even worse than orcs. You begin to understand that Hermit you found the other day near the old camp.
What are you doing here? Don't often get visitors up here. Very clever of you to find my hiding place.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm fed up with the old camp. I had trouble with Gomez's folks. That was some time ago. I guess nobody remembers that now. I'm staying here. There's too many blockheads running about in the old camp for my liking.
Perhaps you should have stayed with him, hide in the barrel, and forget about all these nightmares under the barrier. By the way, Xardas said that 13 mages had created the barrier. 6 fire mages, 6 water mages, and Xardas. But Milten became the mage under the barrier, which leaves only 5 fire mages. What happened to the 6th fire mage? Finally, in your new state-of-the-art armor, you've reached the orc town.
Urshak, greed friend. Friend have ulumulu. Be good. Friend no forget carry ulumulu in hand when go over bridge.
Urshak is waiting for you near the entrance. He says that when Krushak wake up, he will be standing here on guard. Now that's something you don't want to happen, so you fearlessly cross the bridge and enter the town. Ulumulu works. You go through the town and steal everything that is not locked. Looks like orcs don't know anything about stealing, so all the chests aren't locked. You find a teleportation spell and go to the entrance. Urshak said that Ulumulu works only when you don't use magic. You use the scroll and barely manage to finish reading before orcs start attacking you. Tons of skeletons, minecrawlers, demons, and temple guards are waiting inside the temple to become the part of your next level up. After solving some puzzles and surviving a few deadly traps, you find the first shaman.
An infidel in the house of the master. Damned be you.
You be damned, you sticky moldy carpet.
Looks like you need to find all 5 of them in this maze. One of the locked doors is guarded by a Templar.
Get lost! You aren't wanted here!
And you are gonna stop me?
Yes, I will stop you! You won't prevent Master Callum from awakening the sleeper. Don't try to attack me! The High Priest has transferred part of his powers to Master Callum and us. Now we are immortal.
I'll show you how immortal you are.
Prepare to meet your creator.
So this is where Corcoran took half of the Templars. Well, only more experience for you. Not that you need it anymore though. Your stats are maxed out and there's almost nothing left to learn. You find and kill 3 more shamans.
Mortal, your travels end here with me.
I'll send you traveling first, you moldy maggot's idea of paradise.
Mortal, you dare to disturb my peace? Prepare for the end.
It remains to be seen whose end it's going to be, you worm-bitten meatloaf.
One of them guarded the strange sword. In the journal you found earlier it says that orcs are scared of this sword. But it doesn't look like you can use this sword right now. You decide to show it to Xardas.
Your long travel will be over. Your mortal body will burn.
Now I don't really think that's such a good idea.
But before that there's the last shaman. He waits on the other side of this massive bridge.
You must turn back here. Nobody may disturb the sleeper, my master.
Wrong. Your sleeper will be wide awake soon. Damn, I'm not causing the slightest damage. I need another...
Now, you will die.
I'd better get out of here fast.
Oh my gosh, he really is invincible. Time for tactical retreat.
I have found a way into the underground temple.
You have? That's remarkable. You have become very powerful.
Xardas says that perhaps you are the holy foe from the Orcish prophecy, and you're the strongest person in the colony now. That's quite a compliment from such a powerful magician. You show him the sword. In order to restore magical power of Eurythiel, you need a very strong magical source of power, a source strong enough to detonate the magic barrier. You might know something like that, yeah. Plus you need a spell to transfer the power into the sword. Xardas needs some time to create it. Meanwhile you go to look for better armor, the old one was damaged in the temple. Xardas gives you the key to the chest in his old tower. You should find something suitable there. At this point you can learn the 6th circle of magic and become a necromancer like Xardas. He will give you cool armor for this. Also, if you are a mage, Xardas can use the jewel from Eurythiel to create a rune for you. But be warned, it sucks. After finding the entrance to the old tower, you transform some zombies and skeletons into these cute little experience numbers and unlock the chest. Inside you find this item that will make your last moments in the colony so memorable. Item that will give you your revenge. The teleportation rune to the fire mages, to the old camp. Oh, and the ancient ore armor, of course. Without wasting any more time, you use the rune.
I knew that somebody would try to get at us through the pentagram, but unlike that traitorous Smith, Stone,
come here.
We don't need you anymore.
You run through the castle like a whirlwind, smiting everything on the way. All the guards, ore barons, and of course Gomez.
How did you get in here? Hang on. Aren't you the one that fought our men in the free mine?
Your men had no right to invade it. I just corrected their attack of megalomania.
Talking to me, Gomez, in that way, shows some courage. But it was foolish of you to turn up here like that. I will personally take care that you never get in my way again.
He still doesn't understand that he is not in charge anymore when you pierce his heart with the sword that belonged to one of his now dead orc barons. You heard that they kept a smith in the dungeon.
What do you want? You don't look like one of Gomez's henchmen.
After freeing him in reward, you get an upgrade for the ancient orc armor. You return to Xardas.
I found it in one of those old chests in the sunken tower.
It belonged to the general who wielded Eurytziel in the battle against the orcs.
I hope it'll bring me more luck than it did him.
The scroll is ready, but you need a mage's help. Sure, water mages will be glad to help. Although Milten is here as well, perhaps it would be better to ask him.
What's up? How can I help you?
Let's go somewhere where we can talk.
Fine. Follow me.
You know, he's your friend after all, and he's more open-minded. Yeah. Your plan is dangerous, but Milten is ready to help. You helped him and his friends a lot. He believes in you. Who knows, maybe you've become their fifth friend. Anyway, everything is ready. Milten waits near the ore mound. Time to gain some more power.
Have you got the sword and the spell?
Here, take the spell. Are you ready?
As ready as one can be for this crazy plan.
Then let's do it.
The magic powers of the ore mound really seem to be in the old sword now. But our little operation here seems to have attracted some attention. You should teleport yourself directly out of here.
What about you?
Don't worry about me. I'll think of something. Go now!
When you was thrown under the barrier, the old camp became your new home. Later, while helping the Brotherhood of the Sleeper with their ritual, you could rest in the swamp camp. After that, the new camp became your new home, and now the only place you can call a home is the Necromancer's Tower in the middle of Orkland. Old camp exiled you, swamp camp was torn in two and left without the leader after you helped them, and now you had to betray the water mages and the whole new camp along with them because this is your last chance to escape. Half of the colony wants to kill you, and the other half is dead. That's what happens when you try to change something. You no longer have any friends except for the closest ones who share the same goal with you. Now when this story is almost over, it's time for some sort of conclusion, I guess. Gothic is an unusual game. Some call it clunky, I call it fresh, sobering. After completing hundreds of games, you think that you know everything. You skip tutorials, you forgot about the manuals long ago. At best you look up solutions for illogical puzzles in the internet. You launch Gothic and it punches you in the face right from the start. And I'm not talking about that guard. It's controls and combat what throws you back in the water. It makes you feel like you've never played anything before. You must start from the basics again. Modern games have a lot of stuff they don't really need. There's question marks all over the map, countless notes, descriptions for everything. Gothic doesn't have any markers. Most of books are in the Water Mage's library, but you gain access to them only when you've already learned everything you need by talking to the locals. And now you can learn some more if you're interested. Or just find the info you need and ignore the rest. The only things Gothic doesn't need are these throwing items and barrel hiding features. Throughout the game you enjoy the progression. There's no auto-leveling, no level restrictions for armor and weapons. Found a cool heavy sword, just spend some skill points and strength and have some fun. It doesn't matter that you can clear 99% of the colony's population with it. You always have something to improve. Move faster with acrobatics, deal more damage with more strength, pick locks more efficiently, learn to sneak on your sleeping enemies. After becoming the strongest melee fighter in the valley, you will even have enough skill points to become the strongest mage in the valley. Or you can just enjoy the story using your favorite sword the whole game. It's up to you. All of this without any difficulty settings. Gothic is the same for everyone. Gothic is honest. Gothic is simple. Gothic is unique. And this is it. The last fight under the barrier. Freedom awaits. And genocide in Yorktown will be the price for this freedom. Part of the price. You use telekinesis to get the stage your shaman's prayed to. It helps you open the gate to the temple. The last shaman is waiting on the same place. He doesn't even try to stop you. He knows that there is no hope left for him and his demon. After killing few immortal Templars, you enter the room where Xardas is waiting for you. He translated the Orcish prophecies and found out how to kill the Sleeper.
I've bled enough. Nobody can stop me now.
The might of the Sleeper is growing stronger and stronger. I cannot.
What's wrong with you?
I must.
A few moments later, you listen to the last crazy speech from Karkalam and follow Xardas' instructions.
At last, we meet again. My master has already told me of your arrival. He can sense that you are near.
I'll soon be nearer to him than he would like me to be.
When the Sleeper was banished into his own dimension, I returned to daylight. The magic barrier had fallen. But for me, the adventure had only just begun.
That's how you saw it, but in reality you didn't make it. You thought that you saw the daylight, but you didn't. You were buried in the ruins of the Temple of the Sleeper deep under the Yorktown in the Valley of Mines on the Cryinus Island. Ancient ore armor was keeping you alive for 2 weeks until one day, but actually that's a story for another time.